The C word. It sends shivers down our spines. We want to put our hands over our ears so we don't have to hear it. We all know it exists. We just don't want to say it. Fellow Toastmasters and contest chair, for the purposes of this speech, I'm going to have to be blunt. The C word that I'm talking about is, of course, cancer. Cancer? For a humorous speech contest? What kind of sick person are you, David? Well, let me ask you this. Could you please raise your hands if you have ever played Cards Against Humanity? Now, don't you hide behind those Zoom screens. Get those hands up. All of you have your hands in the air right now. You're all sick people. I know the kinds of combinations you've made playing that game. One of the cards in the game says, kids with bum cancer. And you love playing that card, don't you? Why is Cards Against Humanity being such a successful game with its horrible humour? Is it because we find things like bum cancer amusing? No. It's because we're scared of it. Cards Against Humanity has been so successful because it appeals to the dark humour we all have within us. Dark humour is a coping mechanism, a survival strategy. Because if we can laugh at something that's scary and horrible, it somehow makes it seem less real, less of a threat. For example, when my dad got cancer, we joked about his incredible weight loss. You see, my dad had been trying to lose 3 stone since the day I was born. And he was always reading books on how to lose weight. And somehow Dad never clocked that the reason why he wasn't losing weight, it wasn't because he wasn't reading enough books. It was the 6 beers and the Indian takeaway he was having twice a week. Cancer changed everything, though. My dad lost that stubborn 3 stone in just 6 months. And he was absolutely delighted. I haven't been this weight since I was 25, he told me gleefully. So if you feel that you've been putting on a little bit of lockdown weight, then let me assure you, a good dose of cancer will sort you right out. A couple of weeks before he died, Dad was taken into hospital. Not wanting to go visit him alone, I naturally took along my new girlfriend. This was our 5th date. I've got to say, it's one of the best ideas I've ever had. That girlfriend is now my wife, Kerry. So if any of you out there are looking for love, then let me assure you that pulling the dying parent card is an absolute winner. As we went to leave Dad's room that day, Kerry said, "See you later. It was nice to meet you." "Yeah, you'll see me again. Down there." Kerry was a little confused. "Oh, are you coming down to the cafe?" "No. Down there. In hell." There's times in my marriage where I wish that my dad and my wife could be reunited a little faster. Dad died a week later, on the 24th of July, 3 days after his birthday, which probably didn't rank as one of his better birthday presents. For any of you who are into your astrology, you will have clocked that Dad's star sign was, of course, Cancer! My dad used to joke that he was a Cancer on society. My dad was born a Cancer, lived as a Cancer, and died of cancer. I don't know about you, but I'm going to start paying a lot more attention to my horoscopes from this point forward. If you think that my humour so far has been dark, You should have heard my stepdad, Andrew, referring to his cancer. Andrew was a retired lawyer with a touch of undiagnosed Asperger's, which led to some incredibly black and white statements. One of Andrew's demands was there should be no euphemisms about his death. I don't want to be passed. I'm not a football. I don't want to be expired. I'm not a bottle of milk. I don't want to rest in peace because I won't be peaceful. I'm dead and that's the end of the matter. Literally. In the years that I knew him, Andrew would often tell me, David, if you can't get it up, life's not worth living. If my C words down there stops working, you can take me out the back and shoot me. I never had the courage to ask my mum, what claimed Andrew first? Cancer or erectile dysfunction? Where would we be without cancer? Who in their right mind would go and run a marathon if they didn't have a cancer charity as a convenient excuse? Our streets would be littered with unemployed scientists if it wasn't for cancer. And of course, how would mediocre singers get through X Factor if they didn't have that good cancer story to reel in those votes? Cancer is the dreaded C word in our society. But I think we need to stop fearing it. Cancer rates are now 1 in 2. You can't hide from it. So why not face up to it? It might seem inappropriate to laugh during the difficult times of our lives, but that's when I think we need humour the most. We need that dark humour to brighten up those dark times in our lives. Because let's face it, if we can laugh at cancer, then we can laugh at anything that life throws our way. And back to our favourite C word of the afternoon, the contest chair.